Good day, dear listeners. You are listening to our podcasting channel, The Conch, Sound of Truth, Wisdom, and Positivity. This is Vijay Petada, and I would like to be called as VJ, and I would like to conduct this podcast alongside my podcasting partner, Pragya. Hi, Pragya.
Hi Vijay.
Pragya, if you remember the other day, you were telling me an interesting insight on mental health and depression in India. Why don't you share the same with our listeners?
This is very interesting that all over the world 355 million people are suffering
Mhm.
from depression, and out of that
Mhm.
200 million people are from India itself.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes. So it's and basically so we have to know like what exactly is a depression. Like you might have listened to such stories. There is nothing like depression. It's all in your mind, but it's
Yes.
not like that. It's
Okay.
definitely not like that. It's a medical condition. It's a
Okay.
pure medical condition.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically, it's a mood disorder which affects person's every aspect of life, especially his
Okay.
social life.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't depend on a single factor. I mean, so many factors, are attributed. Like
Okay.
they could be psychological, it could be medical conditions are also there, genetical conditions are also there, genetic factor is also there. So there are so many things.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that the recently we have witnessed there is a suicide by by famous Indian actor Sushant Singh
Sushant Singh.
Rajput. Yeah, the cause of his suicide is the people are saying that like he was suffering from depression,
Mm-hmm.
and we all wonder why, because he was so wealthy, he was so well off, he had
Yeah.
family, he had friends, he had a great career, he was
Yes. Yes.
busy
Yes.
till next year, still he committed suicide. So it's not like that. The person may look very happy, very satisfied, in front of eyes he's very jovial, he is
Okay.
laughing, but deep
Mm-hmm.
down inside you don't know that he is suffering from depression. So it's like
Yeah.
a mask. It is like a
Mm-hmm.
mask. For public it is something else, and deep down inside it is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I also had depression in the past, so I know. I recently and amid this lockdown situation, this condition is even more prevalent.
True.
Yeah.
That's because we be mixing up with a lot of people. No, you have to be alone. You have to,
Yes.
stay in home.
Yeah.
So
Yes. A lot of negative
it's
thoughts are
quite costly.
coming inside in your mind. You don't have access to so many things. You cannot just go out. You cannot just go and party, or you cannot just go and watch a movie in movie hall.
True. True. True.
So there are so many things which are contributing, and yeah, and the phobia of coronavirus. Okay, even someone is coughing and you're thinking, oh, oh my god, I'm coughing and I'm getting a symptom, that is also adding to your stress.
True.
Yeah.
Even I faced one or two scenarios like that. Uh, when I had a cold for 2 days, like even I got panic. What is happening to me?
Yeah, yeah. So because that the same thing happened to me. I actually had called anxiety attack in that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my hands were shaking. I had
Uh-huh.
cold sweat. My
Mm-hmm.
chest, like it was like my chest is being burdened with something. It was
Okay.
almost like a heart attack, and I got
Mm-hmm.
it I think 3 to 4 times a day, and it really sucks.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
immediately I called my doctor. She said, I think it's a panic attack. You need to take medication.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took medication, and that really helped me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was talking about this thing like it affects every person in some or the other way, and every aspect of life it affects. And there's no particular symptom of it, but the main symptom which is more common is irritability, and there is a
Mm-hmm.
sleep disorder. The
Yes.
person sleeps too less, or either he sleeps too much. there is a eating disorder, either the person will be eating too much or will be eating too less, you know.
Okay, this
And
is
then
something interesting.
yeah, and I think the major symptom which I felt when I was in depression is that inability to get up from the bed in the morning.
Okay,
I didn't want to get up at all.
okay,
Yeah. So, and it's a constant feeling of sadness, you know, sadness looming over you. You have trouble to concentrate. You have loss of interest in most of the things which you liked in the past.
okay,
Yes, and few people few people have anxiety attacks like me, you know, and anxiety attacks is really when you cannot even sit at a one particular place. It's that bad.
true, true.
Yeah. So actually, the common, yeah. So the core symptom is obviously the fatigue and lethargy, and there are so many myths associated with depression. Like, you know, it's person's fault, which is wrong. Which is wrong. Depression is not something that people choose or have control over. So you cannot control your depression. It's not. It's not. I mean, it's not. You can, and it's not like that. It's not treatable. Also, it is treatable. You need to, you need to go to your doctor. You need to take your psychologist advice, your psychologist, your psychiatrist advice. It may be possible that they will prescribe you medicines, and there is another common myth with these medications is that these medications, you know, they will increase this thing. You will be addicted to this medications, but it's not true. You need to take, when your psychologist or your psychiatrist is prescribing you some medications, they serve a purpose. You need to take that medications properly.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
And if I talk about the reasons, there is no single reason. You know, I told you, it can be caused by the genetic, environmental, and psychological factors.
yeah. And the health conditions could also, like,
Yes.
I heard somewhere that no, mostly this asthmatic patients,
Mm-hmm.
they no fall under this kind of depressions very easily,
Yes.
because
Yes.
maybe because of the medications they use.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they
is
could
that
be
also kind of
side effect of medications are also there. You know, sometimes like you have heard about the postpartum depression, like most of the new mothers, you know, fell into
okay?
that. You
Yeah,
know, that happens. That conditions are there. So it is a medical condition which needs to be treated medically. It's not like that, okay, it's all in your mind, you just go and watch movie, it will be over. It's not like that.
okay,
Yeah. So so the treatment is just like, you know, like any medical condition. Talk to your counselor, psychologist, talk to people, talk to your family, cry loud, you know. Exercise, you know, you do exercise, even if you, and follow their advice. You know, follow their advice. This is the best thing. Even if you have to
okay,
take the pills for you have to take the antidepressants, you're prescribed, you should take it.
okay,
Yeah. And in Indian scenario, you know, we spend too less on the mental hygiene thing. Even Indian government also, you know, that they have very less budget for the mental hygiene.
yes,
Yeah, of what healthcare. I think in 2019 there was an estimate of around 70,000 crore for healthcare budget, but like out of which only I think merely it is like just 5% which is getting spent on the mental hygiene.
okay,
Yeah, so from government also, like, there is a very less involvement towards these things, and which is very important because, you know, most of the suicide cases that are happening, they are
okay.
mainly from the India.
Pragya, what you shared is really interesting and informative from a common man perspective of handling mental health and depression. Thank you very much.
Vijay, how's the India after
COVID-19 lockdown. I think it would be great if you can share some insight with our listeners.
Pragya, to give a gist of situation in India handling corona pandemic outbreak, I would give you a small history. The first case of COVID-19 in India was observed on 30th January 2020. Till first week of March, nobody in India, including the government, took the issue so serious, thinking COVID-19 is just an epidemic and not pandemic, and it could be controlled. Frankly speaking, Indian government started taking the issue seriously only after Trump's press meet in US in second week of March and started rolling its dice. On 22nd March, at the instance of Prime Minister, India observed a 14-hour voluntary public curfew, which was followed by mandatory lockdowns in COVID-19 hotspots and all major cities. Further, on 24th March, the Prime Minister ordered a nationwide lockdown for 21 days, affecting the entire 1.3 billion population of India. In between, on 5th April, Prime Minister called the whole nation for a noble gesture of all Indians, lighting diyas at home at 9 p.m. for 9 minutes for unity and well-being of the nation. As usual, most of the Modi Bhajan groups correlated and turned that noble gesture to a Hindutva agenda, adding some unwanted theories of numerology and astrology to that noble gesture. On 14th April, the PM extended the nationwide lockdown till 3rd May, which was followed by 2 weeks extension after 17th May with substantial relaxations. Beginning 1st June, the government has started unlocking the country in 3 unblock phases. 6 cities account for around half of all reported cases in the country. Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Chennai, Pune, and Kolkata are the important cities here. Across pan-India level, Lakshadweep is the only region which has not reported a case. On 10th June, India's recovery exceeded active cases for the first time, reducing 49% of total infections. Statistics of COVID-19 in India as on 26 July 2020 are: confirmed cases are 13,36,861. Active cases are 4,56,071. Recovered cases are 8,49,432 and deaths are 31,358. Keeping all these points aside, Pragya, if you ask me what India is actually lacking in handling these such pandemic crises, I would say a strong leadership with crisis management skills and not marketing management like what we currently have. Better health infrastructure like proper medical facilities at affordable rates. A fusion technology like merging analytics and application software, which we already have but not properly used because of lack of awareness creation among the public. Better education, which could lead to eradication of ignorance and unemployment. So, it's a high time for the current government to use their majority votes and people's hope upon them in coming up out of this crisis, instead of unwanted agendas at this hour like saffronizing the nation. Thank you.
Okay, let's hope for the best and thanks for the detailed insight. Okay, listeners, with this we are near to episode closure. Thank you all and over to Vijay.
Okay, listeners, stay tuned to our podcasting channel for more informative discussions. Until then, stay home, stay safe.